Good morning. It is Monday and it is another beautiful day out, and I have off on a Monday. Finally, nothing to worry about. And today is shoulder day, as all Mondays are. Now, I have my pre workout ready. I'm going to sip on this or chug this while I watch some Cash Jordan videos. He does apartment tours, and basically I just watch them to look at apartments I'm never going to be able to afford in my lifetime. But that's my guilty pleasure form of entertainment. Who among us, am I right? Jirki is staring at me like I didn't give her enough food this morning. She's a little preppy princess, as she likes to think. But she is still my sweetie. Either way, I ate my rice cakes this morning, so that would be my breakfast. Gonna be my lunch. I'm kidding, it's not even afternoon yet. But another second breakfast is going to be my pre-workout. Going to chug this down. Going to get to the fitness center, and I'm actually going to try to do more pressing today with the dumbbells as opposed to just raises. Even though I'm going to obviously do raises, but I think I think I can really shock the muscle more because I don't really do pressing that often. So if I start doing that again, I can really get a solid boulder shoulders getting to be activated. And also there's going to be cardio today. Cardio every day, 15 to 20 minutes minimum. Even though I started doing half hour cardio where it's 15 minutes on one thing and then 15 minutes on another. And one thing I have to say is, like, while the bike is fun and you can definitely feel it pumping up the legs, I think my issue with the bike is that unless you have high leg endurance with biking, the calories aren't burning as fast as I would like. Now I'm going to keep doing it so that way I can get to that point, and I do have a lot of fun on the bike, but the time and the calorie loss don't really connect that well, at least not for me yet. I know there are people who bike who can burn calories like it's nothing. God bless you guys. I would love to be on your level. And like I said, I do enjoy biking because it is different than just walking on a treadmill for 15 to 20 minutes. Even though I do like doing that too. And even though I'm starting again to just straight up running and not just running on a treadmill, my running endurance I'm still working on. And I even do a thing now where I'll just walk barefoot around the neighborhood for about 20 minutes. And that I don't include in the straight up cardio. I consider that more my calming period, just to come back down and relax. And sometimes I just do that to even get a little bit more sun if the sun is out. Obviously with a lot of sunscreen on my face because I do not want sun damage or sunburn on my face, because that's a bit of a doozy. Now I'm getting my farmer's tan a little bit from work, which is fine. I think the ladies like the farmer's tan because it shows work. Am I right? Shows you got that fire in you to put in a hard and honest day's labor in. Anyway, I'm going to keep watching some Cash Jordan, seeing those apartments that I'm never going to be able to afford, period. Unless this YouTube channel blows up. Like, fam, let's subscribe so that way I can get to one of these New York apartments that only Bill Gates can afford. All right, guys, I'll catch you in a minute. Let's get these reps in and let's have a good Monday. Am I right? Peace. Wow, I never once did a shot where I actively was going peace and turning off the camera. This is called a fourth wall break. Not really, but we'll see you soon. When it comes to watching the Cash Jordan videos, again, like I said, it's more just to kind of have a pseudo experience of what it's like living in New York City, or any city for that matter, in a luxury apartment. Now, that would be cool for like maybe a year or two to live in New York City, but the city life just really isn't my thing, if I'm going to be honest. I live close enough to Philly, and I have to travel into Philly enough to know that I'm not a city person. I'm someone who likes the country much more. Like whenever I drive by the country, I feel like I am home, or even in the mountains, I feel more at home than I do in the suburbs, urban areas, or, the city life or anything like that. Which is kind of ironic because this is where my older brother and I differentiate from each other. He is definitely more of a city person than I am. As soon as he moved out from our parents' house, he immediately moved to New York City. So that's definitely more his thing. And that's okay because him and I were obviously not the same person. But for him, that's his thing. It's just not mine. And whenever I would go visit him, I would say, this is fun to visit, but I can't imagine living like this. It's just too crowded. My ideal home, like I've said before, at least I think I've said before, is a barn or a house in the mountains somewhere kind of away from everybody. I don't want to be isolated, mind you. I'm not insane. But just to kind of have my own little private home in on a barn or in the mountains, just being able to take care of myself and my family. That sounds more fun to me than having a bunch of people crowded all over me. I still want to see a Broadway musical, though. Does Broadway do anything else outside of musicals? I guess that shows how much I know. And I'm back. Yep, back from the gym and even back from my walk. So what I actually did was I put on my board shorts, which I'm still wearing right now. I made my protein drink, and I walked around the neighborhood for a little bit, shirtless, so that way I can get a little bit of a tan going. And board shorts are not that mobile, I realize. So being able to do splits on stage might not be able to actually happen. But that's neither here nor there just yet. Maybe I can find looser ones. So the plan, gonna finish my protein drink, probably have a small snack, and then go out for a little bit, maybe, because we have young adult ministry today. Don't want to miss that. Haven't been there in a little bit because I've been working so much. And then eat supper at some point. Who knows? But today's going to be a fun day, and if not for nothing, a relaxing day, which is what I definitely need. Been a hectic weekend. And yeah, so I'm going to call it a day for now. Not a complete day, just calling it right now. I got to, like I said, drink that, eat a small snack, get showered, and then just relax for a little bit. Play more of Necromunda Hired Gun, hopefully get that platinum trophy soon, and then I can move on to the next game and finish, and then get the platinum on Immortals of Avium, which is a pretty underrated game. If you haven't played it yet, definitely check it out. I have a lot of fun playing it. It's like Doom, but with magic, with some RPG elements too, which I obviously enjoy, given that RPGs are my favorite genre of all time. But I'm going to shower, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Whole like finding balance, which I thought was really
I think
cool.
what's also neat is the difference being there were a lot more people who were more spiritual during the last Airbender,
Yeah.
because of the nature of the world.
Oh.
And now in Korra, everything's more modernized,
Right.
like Industrial Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you could even argue that the people themselves are less spiritual and more connected to the world itself instead of the supernatural part of the world. And so it's like she also serves that role, and like
and
how do you bridge that gap?
At the camp I worked at in Michigan,
that's sick.
and there's a picture of me like having like an ear to ear grin, like at this fire. I just choked.
Don't die. Or don't choke.
I hope not.
Oh.
I hope to survive this. Good one.
Nice.
That's right.
Hello. Yes, we had a fire today. It was a lot of fun, but I gotta get home now and relax. I'll see you guys when I'm home. Peace. I am back from my young adult ministry, and it's actually much later than intended because I basically forgot to make this final video, but that's why I'm here now. So, something I was even thinking about, which was what I was discussing in the actual workout portion of this video. My beard's coming in pretty nicely, I have to say. Just gotta get rid of the neck. I'm thinking about moving, and like I said, I wouldn't mind living in New York City or a city-like area for about a year. You know what I mean? And push comes to shove, come back to what I know, the more suburban or areas at the end of it. And the reason I say for a year is because that's where I know all the acting stuff is, all the acting and modeling stuff is. If I have to make that sacrifice for a year, so be it. It's something I'm just thinking about. No guarantees, because like I said, that 2-year plan. So, I was talking to my friend Matt about it. Hi, Matt. Him and I, we've been friends for a while. Him and I are so money we don't even know it. And he was talking to me about how it'd be important to move out to California if I really wanted to get this acting career moving with genuine momentum. And that's true. That's kind of a harsh reality of this whole thing. It would be cool to have a career started here, but it's mostly is commercials, which isn't a bad thing. Commercials and extra gigs. To get the actual like roles, you gotta be in the heat, and that's in New York or LA. So now I'm debating, do I want to go to New York first, or do I want to go to LA first? LA is gonna be, which one's more expensive? I honestly don't know. But it is something to think about, because 2-year plan, and one of those years taking a year in the actual hot areas is going to be my best bet. Not going to become the next Timothy Chalamet, as my one coworker put it, without actually putting myself in the lines. You know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. Like I said, I don't like it if things are too easy. It's why when I'm playing video games, I never play on easy mode. I always play on hard mode, even if I do sometimes start cussing out at the screen. Because when I win, I feel so awesome about it. I don't always play games on hard. Here, check this out. I start playing a game on hard, but if I'm noticing, okay, this was not balanced to actually be hard, it's just kind of annoying hard, I stop and actually just drop the difficulty. But that's just me. I play video games to have fun, not to stress out. For me, playing a game on a harder difficulty is more fun. Like when I'm playing Call of Duty, Crisis, Doom, I'm playing on the harder difficulty, not so much the normal difficulty. I don't play on Ultra Nightmare or anything like that, or Veteran, unless I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy. What I do is normally, if I want to get a Platinum Trophy in something, I'll start off in one of the, just a hard, standard hard difficulty, and then refrigerator. So that way I can actually enjoy the game and have fun. And then I'll play it again on the much harder difficulty, so I can get those trophies on playing it on like an expert difficulty or something like that. I know a lot of Platinum Trophy hunters will just do it in one go, which is a great way to save time. But for me, I know I'd be saving a lot of time doing it, but I want at least one round of the game where I'm actually enjoying myself. So, and I'm not a Call of Duty expert. I'm not an expert in first-person shooters. I'm not a video gaming expert. I do play video games a lot, like not a lot. I didn't even play any tonight. But when I do, I play them because I want to have a good time and I want to smile and I want to release some stress. Like, keep in mind, there are still moments where I'm going to be cussing out at the screen every now and again because I don't like losing. But outside of that, and again, if it becomes obvious that I'm getting too frustrated with the game, I just turn it off because it's not worth the stress. Video games are fun. They're supposed to be fun. What are we cussing out the screens for? But anyway, to become a full-time working actor, I am going to have to get into the heat of these areas. Push comes to shove no matter what I do. it'll be a sacrifice, but you don't gain anything without having to sacrifice every now and again. So if this is what I need to do, then so be it. Might not get the result I want, but where's the fun if I'm always getting, if I got everything I wanted, whenever I wanted it? Can't get no satisfaction. But anyway, I really have to call it a night. I'm pretty tired. I want to go to bed. I want to get up early because I want to get to the gym early because tomorrow's chest day. And also, I got to work tomorrow. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.